Hello Westport, my name is Mr. J and I'll be talking about Malcolm X today. Malcolm X is a testament to the transformative power of education and understanding. Malcolm X has been described as one of the greatest and most influential African Americans in history. He is credited with raising the self-esteem of Black Americans and reconnecting them to their African heritage. He is largely responsible for the spread of Islam in the Black community in the United States. Many African Americans, especially those who lived in the northern cities and in the western United States, felt that Malcolm X articulated or expressed their complaints concerning inequality better than the mainstream civil rights movement that Dr. King did. Born Malcolm Little in 1925, Malcolm X was effectively orphaned early in life. His father was killed when he was 6 and his mother was placed in a mental hospital when he was 13, after which he lived in a series of foster homes. In 1946, at the age of 20, he went to prison for stealing and breaking and entering and other crimes. While in prison, he became a member of the Nation of Islam. After his parole in 1952, he quickly rose to become one of the most influential leaders in the Black America. For a dozen years, he was the public face of the controversial group. In keeping with the nation's teaching at that time, he taught of Black supremacy, advocated the separation between Black and white Americans, and rejected the civil rights emphasis on integration. In March of 1964, Malcolm X had grown disillusioned and disagreed with the teachings of the Nation of Islam and its leader Elijah Muhammad. He ultimately left the nation and its teachings and embraced Sunni Islam. After a period of travel in Africa and in the Middle East, he returned to the United States and founded two organizations, the Muslim Mosque Incorporated and the Organization of Afro-American Unity. While reconnecting, the emphasis was to reconnect with the Pan-Africanism and Black self-determination and Black self-defense. He rejected racism, saying, "I did many things as a Black Muslim that I'm sorry for now. I guess a man's entitled to make a fool of himself if he's ready to pay the cost." That cost for Malcolm X was 12 years of his life. Malcolm X argued that if the government was unwilling or unable to protect Black people, they should protect themselves, and said that he and other members of the Organization of Afro-American Unity were determined to defend themselves from aggressors and to secure freedom and justice and equality by any means necessary. In February of 1965, shortly after leaving the Nation of Islam, he was assassinated by 3 of its members. The autobiography of Malcolm X was published shortly after his death and is considered one of the most influential books of the 20th century, and I urge you when you get a chance to read that book. Throughout his journey, Malcolm X was in a constant search for knowledge about himself and information about his people and the world around him. In his spirit, I encourage you to learn as much as you can, to read whatever you can, to travel wherever you can go, and to engage with whomever in order to better understand yourself and the world. Thank you.